Hey everyone, thank you for stopping by Autism Advocating. If you're new to the channel, like myself, what we're doing here is just sharing resources, tips, tricks, support, a lot of love for the autism community. So I thought I'd just hop on and tell you a little bit about myself and my son. I am a mom who didn't become a mom until in her early to mid 30s, and we went through IVF to be able to conceive, and we were so excited when we got pregnant with our little man. And around the age of about 2 to 2.5, there were some early signs of autism that our ECFE teacher that came into our home had noticed. And we were just thinking that he was late to talk, and he walked at the normal age, he crawled at a normal age. All of his other behaviors, except for eating and pooping, were normal. When little man was born, he had a bowel movement on day 1 and then didn't have another one for 10 days, which, and welcome to Willow, this is our puppy, but it was surprising to us and not normal. You think of an infant and all they do is eat, sleep, and poop, and that was not our situation. The other thing is eating. He was not progressing with food, so he would eat baby food initially, but then the mixed textures became an issue for him, and that was one of our other early warning signs that we just didn't know because we didn't know anything about autism. But then we went through feeding therapy when he was 1 year old, and we got him eating, and he was eating a lot of foods, and like foods that you wouldn't expect. Enchiladas with like spicy red sauce and all kinds of really good foods for him, and he was doing great. And then we didn't realize that there was a regression. What happened was we got the ECFE in our home. The teacher through the school district, from a recommendation from our pediatrician, and she had noticed some signs but hadn't said anything to us until our little man started clenching his fists. And so he walked around with fists clenched like this all day, every day, for almost 2 weeks. And it finally hit a point that we were concerned. We were legitimately concerned. We called to schedule an appointment with the pediatrician. Our pediatrician was out of town, so we saw another pediatrician with the practice, and she seemed alarmed and sent us to a neurologist and wanted us seen immediately. So we had to wait, I think it was about 2 days before we went to see a neurologist. Went to the pediatric neurology clinic, and the neurologist totally blew us off. Was like, nope, no suspicion of autism, was not concerned even a little about the fact that the only time he unclenched his fists was like if he needed to use his hands for something and it was rare, he would pick things up with his fists if he could. And he totally blew us off. So we left thinking, okay, probably nothing wrong neurologically, but we went to our next pediatrician appointment and mentioned it to him, and he decided to schedule us with a developmental pediatrician. And it took us 6 months to get into a developmental pediatrician at Children's Minneapolis, and it was a 4-hour appointment, a lot of questionnaires prior to the appointment, and we sat through the 4-hour appointment. We went through every aspect of everything with our son, and at this point he's 3 years old in a couple months, and we went through when he walked, when he said his first word, when he rolled over, like the full gamut of things they go through with you. And then at about 3 hours into the appointment, she said, basically, I'm pretty positive it's autism. She took out another questionnaire that she walked through with us, and at 4 hours into the appointment, we left with an autism diagnosis of level 2, and yeah, our world changed. So that's how we got our diagnosis. And in another video, I'll share with you more about what steps we took immediately after receiving the diagnosis. And we jumped in learning about autism and figuring it all out. So if you have any questions or want to know more about our first 3 years of our journey, please leave a comment below. I'm happy to chat with you more in detail, and I look forward to sharing more about our journey and resources and tips and whatever we can help you connect with. So thank you so much for joining. If you're interested in learning more, hit the subscribe button below, and can't wait to get to know you all. Thanks.